Ben Butler, 36, was jailed for life with the minimum tariff of 23 years after being convicted of killing 6-year-old Ellie at their home in Sutton and then trying to make it look like an accident. His partner and Ellie's mother, Jenny Gray, was jailed for 42 months after being convicted of child cruelty, having already admitted covering up the murder. Jailing Butler, Mr. Justice Wilkie told him, "You are a self-absorbed, ill-tempered, violent and domineering man who, I am satisfied, regarded your children and your partner as trophies, having no role other than to fit in with your infantile and sentimentalized fantasy of family life with you as the patriarch whose every whim was to be responded to appropriately." The former removals man, who has a string of convictions for violence, had been jailed in 2009 after being found guilty of shaking baby Ellie when she was just 6 weeks old. But the Court of Appeal later overturned the conviction, and after a mammoth legal battle, a judge, Mrs. Justice Hogg, ruled that Ellie should be handed back to Butler and his partner Jenny Gray. Just 11 months later, Ellie was found dead on her bedroom floor, having sustained injuries that the prosecution said were similar to those one would suffer in a high-speed car crash. Ellie's maternal grandparents, who looked after her until the courts granted custody to Butler and Gray, described their devastation at her death. Grandmother Linda Gray died on the first day of the murder trial, and her husband Neil was understood to be too ill to give evidence. In the joint statement written ahead of the trial, they said, "Our lives have changed so dramatically due to the impact and shock and horror of this event that we struggle every day to deal with the reality of the death of our dear granddaughter Ellie. She was our shining light." They added, "We did not realize that some people could be so wicked in life." Gray sobbed in the dock as her lawyer Bernadette QC said she had just found out about her estranged mother's death. He said, "I have been passed a letter from the police indicating that on April the 19th during the course of this trial her mother Linda Gray died. It appears from the contents of the letter that the family, and that can only mean the father Neil Gray, did not wish Jenny Gray to be informed of her mother's death, and it is only now at the conclusion of these proceedings that she has been told about it. So on the day of her conviction today she has been told for the first time her mother has died." Butler had claimed he was devoted to Ellie and claimed she had fallen while playing in her bedroom. But during his trial the jury was shown hundreds of text messages sent by Butler to Gray, which showed his violent temper and his resentment towards his role as house husband. January 25, 2013. Butler to Gray, 5:11 a.m. You bitch whore. 6 YRS at court. Jail. Hosp kids, all your fuck-ups didn't text any giant sick to explode. You have until 10 a.m. February 6, 2013. Butler to Gray, 2:58 p.m. Not being near me again. Fuming. You raise your voice and that's prob. Now I'll sick paid IVVV angry. March 16, 2013. Gray to Butler, 9:44 a.m. I am bleeding and ignoring it and pain all for you. Pretending you didn't make me kill a baby you didn't want. Pretending. I won't forgive you, I wish I was dead. Butler to Gray, 9:48 a.m. You were told if we rode again not to go hosp. You do it and you risk kids. Gray to Butler, 7:56 p.m. I am here because of fucked abortion. You also brutally kicked me out too in wet and cold and etc. March 19, 2013. Butler to Gray, 9:03 a.m. Can't do this, it's wrong to kids, okay? It is. I'm not looking after them after today, I'm no GD. Gray to Butler, 10:25 p.m. You want me to return there and be around you and leave hosp without getting dead baby remains out of my womb properly. So if I do not agree now you will grasp for no reason to ICE who will pass it to SS and you will have removed. March 21, 2013. Gray to Butler, 5:07 p.m. I will say you are liar. Then they will find her head and mark and it will come back to you, then adopted. Butler to Gray, 5:08 p.m. She won't get adopted, I'll take her on grounds of you. If you fight me say abvio sick, then they get adopted. It's over. March 21, 2013. Gray to Butler, 6:12 p.m. Today on the 21st of March 2013 Ben Butler left me to die. He told me he wished I would die. Ben told me he would beat me black and blue if I come home and to bring police. He told me he would take my children away from me because I am in hospital with suspected cancer, Retained products and Crohn's disease. Butler to Gray, 9.46 You're mental and proper to blame for Ellie. I don't get that you abs, sick bitch. Last words get a soul. Now you get to live at hosp. Don't bother me. Or in fact try ab 12 Mo's and I'll see now go rot in uked. War I mean it fuck off. July the 18th 2013 Gray to Butler, 1:27 p.m. I am sorry I ruined your life. I'm sorry all the things I have or haven't done. I'm sorry for all my part. I would do anything and die for you. July the 19th 2013 Butler to Gray, 10:22 a.m. I can't cope anim. Woke up high, in a rage already. Been in place so many times. My hands are shaking. One more mistake I'm going to lose it. You are pushing me hate. We are nearly over, I hate you. August the 22nd 2013 Gray to Butler, 6:20 a.m. Was nice sexy and good and then you nutted me like a bloke. August the 23rd 2013 Gray to Butler, 8:56 p.m. I really do want you more than anything I ever wanted, even Nick's ex. Butler's ex-girlfriend, Hannah Hillman, whom he had admitted assaulting in the past, described him as pure evil in a witness statement which was not given to the jury. As the verdicts were returned, Butler mumbled angrily, while Gray said, "Big mistake, big mistake, big mistake." Following the verdicts, Butler's lawyer, Di Middleton, asked for sentencing at the Old Bailey to be adjourned. But Butler shouted out, "Di, I want to be sentenced now. There is no need, you can sentence me now so I can fight in the appeal court and prove this wrong. I will fight forever to prove this wrong." As he was being taken from the dock, Butler continued to tell jurors they had got it wrong and insisted, "My daughter is jumping, go to YouTube and look for yourself." It can now be reported that, while the jury was deliberating, a video of the younger sibling being interviewed by police was leaked on YouTube, even though it was not shown in the trial. The material has now been removed. Mr. Justice Wilkie adjourned sentence to 12:30 p.m. today. February 2007 Ben Butler rushes his 7-week-old baby Ellie to St. Helier Hospital, South London after she becomes limp and pale. Butler is accused of shaking Ellie after doctors diagnose bleeding on the brain. She makes a full recovery. March 2009 Butler is convicted of grievous bodily harm and cruelty at Croydon Crown Court. He is jailed for 18 months. Ellie taken to be cared for by other people. June 2010 Butler's conviction is quashed by the Court of Appeal after Lord Justice Moses ruled the trial judge's summing up to the jury was defective and the conviction was unsafe. Sutton Council continue to insist that Ellie is at risk and allow the parents only brief supervised visits. October 2012 Butler and Ellie's mother Jenny Gray are finally told they can care for Ellie again after a 7-week family court battle. The judge said the couple had shown tenacity and courage during the storm of the case. October 2013 Ellie, now aged 6, dies after being found with severe head injuries at her home in Sutton, South London. March 2014 Butler, now 34, is charged with Ellie's murder and appears at Croydon Magistrates Court. April 2014 Gray is charged with cruelty and intent to pervert the course of justice and appears at Croydon Magistrates Court. April 2016 Butler and Gray go on trial at the Old Bailey. He is charged with murder and cruelty and she with cruelty in connection with the broken arm Ellie sustained in the weeks leading up to her death.